Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and I hope you all are doing really good. And today I will be sharing a very what I can say. So today I will be sharing my labor and delivery video. So you might all know that I have delivered a baby girl about 2 weeks ago. Her name is Charlotte and my delivery experience was not the best. It's my first baby, so the thing is that I was overdue. Instead of having my baby in 40th week, doctor told me that they wanted to wait for 42 weeks, and I was pretty terrified. I was like 42 weeks would be way too much, because I have read that if the baby passes 40 weeks, then the skin of the baby will be very dry and there will be a little bit of complications, which I don't want for my baby, which I guess which none of a mother wants for their baby. So I literally waited for 42 weeks, and here what exactly the thing is, so I have to ask my doctor for induction, and then my doctor said, okay, we will induce you once there will be room for that. So I was pretty nervous, because I thought that if I'll ask my doctor to induce me, I will get induced right away or within a day or something like that. But the things are very different here. So doctor told me that I need to wait, because there are some mothers who have bigger problems than me at the time of delivery. For example, some mothers have gestational diabetes, some have very worse conditions, so they will be inducing those mothers first, because I didn't have any complications with my pregnancy. So I was like, okay, I'll wait for that. And I received a call when I was exactly 42 weeks. So I received a call at around 10 p.m. at night, and I called my husband, and my husband, I and my mother, we went to the hospital, and there were little formalities. And let me tell you the formalities, because I want to share each and everything with you. So I have delivered my baby in a hospital where if you want a private room, you have to pay $88. And if you want to share a room with one patient, then you have to pay $44. And if you want to share a room with 3 patients, including you, then it will be free of cost. So I asked the midwife that I would like to have a private room for myself. And I was okay paying $88, because when you are pregnant and when you deliver a baby, sometimes you really need a private place where you can feed your baby or where you can relax. So I asked for a private room, and they said that if there will be availability, then they will definitely give me a private room. So what happened is, at around 10 p.m. we reached the hospital, and that there was little formalities like you have to show them your health card, and you need to let them know your doctor's name, and about that room rent, which room you want to take. Also, they will check your height and weight, and after then they said that they will induce me in 2 or 3 hours, but before that they want to check the heartbeat of my baby. So I really don't know what you call those terms. There was a machine which I have on my stomach, and they were checking my baby heartbeat, which was all perfect. And I had internal checkups, and trust me, that is the most horrible and horrifying thing. Oh god, I cannot even think about it. And to be very honest, that is the deadliest thing. I have so much respect for the mothers now, because you really have to go through with that level of pain, which I can't even express in words. So huge respect for mothers and women in that regard. And I had my internal checkups. Then around at 3 a.m. they said that now they have one private room. So I shifted to a room at around 3 a.m. and they started giving me Pitocin. I don't know what you call that. They started giving me a liquid, and they said that I need to take that liquid after every 2 hours. So I was taking that liquid after every 2 hours. So at 3 a.m., at 5 a.m. and I do have my IVF, because I'm already overdue, and everything was going well. At around 5 a.m. I got another medicine, and then at 7, at 10, and then at around 10 a.m. in the morning. It was almost 7 hours, and the midwife came in, and she did an internal checkup on me and found out that my cervix, she couldn't find my cervix. And I was like, okay, because I was not aware of the terms like that. And She was like, okay, let's continue giving her medicine. She will start getting labor contractions. So I was getting medicines after 2 hours again, and then at 12 p.m., then 2 p.m., then 4 p.m. Nothing is going on. I was hungry like F. I was very, very hungry. I can only drink water or juice, and they gave me chicken broth. And at around 4 p.m., another surgeon came, and she did an internal checkup again. The face she made, I was pretty damn nervous while seeing her face, because she looked very nervous, and she said that there is no dilation at all. And it broke my heart, because it was over 12 hours. I was in pain. I was getting contraction. I was in pain, and they said that I was not dilated. At that point, I was broke. And at around 6 p.m., they started giving me that liquid and some medicines as well, so that maybe I will get contractions faster and maybe I will be dilated soon. So at around 7 p.m., they have noticed that heart rate of my child is actually at a risky level. My baby looks very stressed, and I was very stressed, to be honest. And I was like, this is it. I cannot take this anymore, because I was already 42 weeks and 1 day pregnant. And when I got to know that my baby is stressed, and at that point of time, I was like, okay, I want this baby to come out by today, because I really don't want my baby girl to be stressed out just because of all the things which has been going on. And then my doctor, trust me, I have got the best doctor, and I called my doctor at that point of time. And fortunately, that day my doctor was on duty. He was there. Otherwise, there are a team of 7 to 8 doctors which will take care of all the delivery. And fortunately, my doctor was there at that point of time. I called my doctor and I asked him that what is the progress, and he said that unfortunately there is no progress. So basically, I was getting contractions, but there was no dilation. So there is no point. Baby cannot come out naturally. And at that point of time, because in Canada here, they try to avoid C-section, because first of all, it will be expensive for sure. It will cost a lot of money, and secondly, you'll take a lot more time to heal. So they really don't prefer C-section. And I know that back in some countries, doctor prefer C-section most of the time to make it quick and easy, stuff like that. So, and then I asked my doctor if he can then please do C-section, because I'm very nervous about my baby. My baby is feeling very much stressed, and which I don't want, which no one wants. So my doctor agreed within a second, because he know that there is no progress. And at around 7:30 or 8 o'clock, that was the time, I guess. At that point of time, doctor said that okay, we will be performing C-section. And I was very nervous, but I was happy at the same time, because I know that my baby will be out very soon, and I don't need to stress much now. So they performed a C-section at around 11:15, and my baby was born at 11:30. So all in all, my delivery experience was not very, very good, because I was in contractions for more than 12 hours, and then I had a C-section. And I know many of my friends who have gone through the same thing. They were in contractions, and still at the end, doctor need to perform C-section. But the thing is that the most important thing is that my baby is fine. So at around 11:45, my husband was also there in the operation theater with me, and the moment my baby cried, we started crying, because that is the best moment which I cannot express. And my husband and I, we both started crying. I really don't know. And then the moment they took me out from the operation theater, so my mother and my husband were sitting there with my baby, and they were playing, and there were a lot of nurses and midwives and doctors. And suddenly I was lying on a bed, and I saw that 3 or 4 doctors were actually talking about me, and they were saying that there is a lot of blood loss and it is very, very serious. So I was, because I had my anesthesia, I cannot feel anything down, but I can hear everything. And I was like, I lost a lot of blood. I didn't know how much blood I have exactly lost, but they looked very tensed. And again, all the doctors came in, and my surgeon came in, and they were literally standing right beside me, and I was lying on the bed, and they looked very nervous. They started pulling out the clots. They started pressing my stomach, and they said that there are a lot of clots coming out. And they gave me another dose, which I don't know what exactly is that. And I was shivering like hell. I was literally shivering, and on my right side I can see that my baby is lying there, and my baby is crying. My mother and my husband was there, and everyone looked very, very tensed, and I know something is wrong with me. But after a few minutes, everything was fine. They gave me some, I don't know what exactly they gave me. They gave me something, and then after 3 hours I was transferred to my own private room, where Sunny was giving body to body touch to my baby. So they were both hugging each other, and they were covered with a blanket. So I came into that room at around 4:30 a.m. in the morning. After good 4 hours in the morning, I got to know that, because in the morning, after every half an hour, 1 hour, usually a nurse visited to my room, or a doctor or a doctor came to my room and asked about my health. They were taking my blood samples, and then I got to know from one of the doctors that I have lost 1 liter of blood. And I was very, very shocked that how it happened, because but then you know what this is. They said that sometimes there are some kind of complications, and my case was pretty serious, and they said that I almost made it. And I was like, I almost made it, because it's a nightmare for any mother to even think that she cannot able to hold her baby after her delivery. And the point when I was lying on the bed, and when there were a lot of doctors around me, and when I was watching my baby, she was all crying, and my mother and my husband were there. But at that point of time, for a few seconds, I thought that I think this is it. I have delivered my baby, and now this is it. Maybe I'm not gonna hold her again. But all your blessings, all the blessings of my family members worked for me, because when the doctor said that, I almost did it. And I don't know, I'm getting pretty emotional right now. So all in all, after 2 days, I got discharged from the hospital. And also, thank you so much to each one of you who have prayed for us, because my experience was horrible. I literally thought that I'm gonna die, and it doesn't matter to me if I'll die. But the thing is that I really can't think the life of my baby after that. So it is a rebirth for me as well. So that is all for my labor and delivery experience. I really don't wanted to share this, because I really don't want to scare anyone out there, but so many of you have requested me to share this. So here my delivery story is, and I will be praying for each and every mother right now who will be delivering a baby soon, because now I have realized that it's not the birth of your child, it's also the birth of a mother again. I would really like to thank my doctor and the hospital, and also the nurses. They were so sweet. The nurses were so kind. The way they took care of my mother and my husband too, it was literally incredible. I have never thought someone to be so kind like that. There were like 20 nurses who took care of me. It's not like 20 nurses were taking care of me at the same point of time. They were rotating in the shifts, but every nurse was so humble, so nice. And I have never thought in a million years that I will be experiencing such a wonderful atmosphere at that horrible time when I was in so much pain. But the way they try to console me makes me feel like, okay, I can do it. And the way they motivate me maybe is the reason why I'm sitting alive and happy in front of you guys right now. So here is my story. And another thing, we don't have to pay anything else apart from that $88 hospital bill. That is not even the hospital bill, that is just the room rent. In the hospital, the facilities were amazing. I didn't need to carry any sanitary pads. There is no need to carry milk bottles for your baby or diapers for your baby, because they the hospital has provided each and everything, and my experience was incredible in the hospital. I cannot say that my delivery story was incredible because it was very horrifying for me, but everything else was wonderful. Even the food which they gave me back in India, I know that if you have C-section or if you undergo a C-section, then you are not allowed to have cold water. But here in Canada, they gave me very chilled water, you can say iced water, and the diet was pretty different from India. In the hospital, I get 3 meals, and in every meal there is egg or chicken or meat, also vegetables, salad, soup, fruits, coffee, tea. There were a lot of things. So all in all, I can say that things are pretty different here, and even my mother was shocked when she saw that they gave me ice water right after my delivery. And that's all for my delivery, and thank you once again for all your love and prayers, and I shall see you very, very soon. Till then, take care. Bye bye.